Welcome to another edition of Arizona Living. Today, we're going to talk about fun activities for kids in Arizona. Stay tuned! So this is my daughter Aurora. How old are you now? 5 years old. And she's a handful, and we like to keep her busy as much as possible. So I'm going to share with you a list of some of the things that we've actually done with her, some of the things I've just read about. But number one on this list is the zoo. We've been to the Phoenix Zoo many times and Wildlife Zoo. And the Wildlife Zoo is in Litchfield Park, all the way on the west side. Don't make faces. And we really enjoy Wildlife Zoo. If we had a choice between the two, hands down Wildlife Zoo. Is it cheap? No, it is not cheap, but it's well worth it. Aurora's down here. She's driving me crazy, as usual. So another thing on the list, stop, museums. We actually took her to, I don't even remember what it was called, but it was in Phoenix. I'm a Yelp elite. Sometimes I get invited to special things. They had like this bug exhibit at the museum for kids, and it was really cool. But there's definitely museums out here, a couple to name off the top of my head. There's the Arizona Museum for Youth, Arizona Science Center, the Arizona Museum of Natural History. There's quite a few museums out here. Parks. There's lots of parks here in Arizona, tons of parks. Now granted, when it's 120 degrees, you do not, under any circumstance, want to go to a park. Some of the parks actually have dog parks integrated, and there's an area with like 2 gates to get in and out. So that way no dogs can run away, and they also separate them, you know, between the small dogs and the large dogs. So it's kind of cool. But one park in particular that I really like is called Freestone Park in Gilbert. They have batting cages, they got a train that goes around, you got like amusement park rides, there's even a lake there. So there's really nice parks available here in Arizona. And yes, some of them have real grass, believe it or not. I neglected to mention that a lot of the parks have splash pads. You'll also find them scattered in like some communities, like the community I live in. There's actually a splash pad. The same way that we have a community pool, there's a community splash pad. There are also places here to go ice skating, believe it or not. There's a place called the Ice Den. I've actually been to the Scottsdale location twice, and they have a location in Chandler. So I actually went as part of like my firm summer picnic. It was really nice, you know. We got the skates. They have like, I don't know what you call it, but basically it's this big red thing that's on the. They have this thing to help people that cannot skate, and picture like a garbage can in the middle of the ice rink that you just hold on to. It's kind of like that. Anyway, I'll put a picture of what it looks like. Water parks. There are water parks here, indoor and outdoor. I actually went to one. What are you doing? Leave that alone. They have water parks. This is exactly why you need to take your kids out to do activities so they don't drive you crazy. But there's water parks, indoor, outdoor. What I was about to say was I went to one water park where they had like waves, like it was crazy, like real waves coming at you. But they have outdoor parks as well. But again, you do not want to do anything outdoors when it's 120 degrees. It's horrible. Aquariums. We've actually been to the Sea Life Aquarium at the Arizona Mills Mall in Tempe. And it was in the mall, but it was kind of big. I was actually really surprised how large it was. It was very nice. There's a brand new aquarium they built called Odyssey, which I've yet to go, but it looks huge, at least as I drive past it. Okay, another place we went to at the Arizona Mills Mall was Legoland. Again, it was really big. I didn't expect it to be so big considering it was inside of a mall. Tell them, what'd you think of Legoland? Good. That's all you have to say? It was good? You liked it? I guess it was good. Pools. Seems like everyone has a pool in their backyard if they have a house. Not me. I live in a community. I actually have like a side yard. I don't got room for a pool. But I pay an HOA that maintains a community pool in my area. When I had an apartment, we also had a pool for the whole community. So even if you don't, for whatever reason, have access to a pool, of course you're gonna have friends or family that live here that will have access to a pool. So that's kind of a big deal, going in the pool when it's hot. Again, not when it's 120 degrees, even if it is a dry heat. You do not want to be out there. All right, Sam, so if it's 120 degrees, what the heck are you supposed to do? I got a solution for you. You listening? Indoor playgrounds. When I lived on the west side, there's a place called Jubilee, and it's an indoor playground for kids less than 5 years old. And then over here on the east side, we have a place called Matuko's Island, and it's basically like a Chuck E. Cheese on steroids. It's this huge area for kids to run around like maniacs. So there are definitely options out there for indoor playgrounds. In addition, there's also what they call Trampoline Parks. And there's a place here called Jump Street, and there's other places that do the same thing. It's a whole huge room full of these trampolines, and the kids go bananas jumping all over the place. There's also places kind of like Chuck E. Cheese. On a whole other level, there's a place called Jake's Unlimited, and it's mammoth. They just redid it, the one over here on the east side. It used to be called just Jake's, now it's called Jake's Unlimited, because they dumped a lot of money into it. Last but not least, there's a place here I haven't been. It's called the Great Arizona Puppet Theater, and I've seen it on Groupon. I just haven't done it yet, but it definitely sounds like a fun time for the kids. So that's it, guys. That's my list of fun activities for kids in Arizona. There's stuff out here for kids. It's not just a bunch of tumbleweeds. Stop making faces. So this concludes this edition of Arizona Living. Please like, subscribe, and let us know below what questions you have about living in Arizona. Want to say it?
Stay tuned.
No, not stay tuned.
Till next time.
What she said. Till next time.
Bye-bye.